What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout and I am here with how to play BT23 yellow Kefla. Yes, Universe 6 returns. Is it any good? Well, we'll find out, but before we begin this video, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons. They buy us coffee, they keep this crazy content machine going. And guys, thanks a lot for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to our Patreon is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown. So I'm gonna give you a brief archetype breakdown. We'll take a look at some lines of play, interactions. I'll show you a deck list. We'll go over the first couple of turns and then we'll just wrap it up with a summary. Let's go! Let's start with our leader, Kale and Kefla, yellow 10k, and it's a very basic leader. So basically when you attack, you tutor top 5 and you grab up to one yellow Universe 6 card. Doesn't specify the cost, which is always good because you can get like your boss monster or your high-end Universe 6 cards. And like all of the leaders, you will just awaken turn 2. So as far as front sides go, this one is very basic. On the awakened side, this leader is actually okay. It's pretty great. Auto, when you combo with a yellow card, you draw one, so this triggers on both players' turns. That's always nice to have. And then as well, when you play a mono yellow Kefla, she gets plus 5k for the turn. The leader gets plus 5k for the turn. So it's basically a Senzubin. Your awakened leader is 20k leader most of the time, which is really strong. But wait, there's also a Z leader. Now the Z leader, this one has a lot going for it. So first off, it's a free Z awaken on a 20k baseline Z leader. That's huge. That's always huge. And then you have free autos. First, once per turn, when your yellow Kefla card is played, you Senzubin this. So same effect. It becomes baseline 25k. That's massive. Then auto, when this card attacks, you draw one, then you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and you switch it to rest mode. So you no longer draw on each turn. This is your draw now. However, there is also another one which says auto once per turn. When your mono yellow Kefla battle card attacks, you draw one. So instead of drawing on both turns now, you draw basically two cards on your turn. It's a fair trade-off. It's a really strong Z leader. Our Z extra card is simple, but great. So Kale's Rampage. Basically, once per turn, when one of your Kales attack, you basically switch one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons to rest mode, and Kale gets plus 10k. That boost is really big. However, at the end of the turn, if you have a yellow Kale in play, you take one life. You take one damage, basically. You can't choose not to take it. So if you don't want to take damage, you need to get that Kale card out of the way somehow. Which can be done through Union Fusion and through... No, it's not Union Fusion, it's Activate Main. You will see. You will see. But before I show you that, I need to show you this card. So there's also an SS2 Kale Z battle card. You can play this one for cheaper if you have the Z extra out, so it becomes a 1 energy and 1 Z energy card, which is great. And on attack, if this card is in a battle, auto, when one of your yellow Kefla cards is used in a combo, this card gets double strike. So basically it's a 15k, you attack, you combo with a Kefla that makes her now 20k, you get double strike. And because you've attacked and you have the Z extra out, you get the plus 10k boost from the Z extra. So it's 30k double deflect for 1 energy. Yeah, that's really good. Now let's talk about Union Fusion. So basically we have a mini boss and we have a boss monster. This is our mini boss. It's a cheap big attacker. You get to play her for 1 energy if you have yellow Kale in battle area and Kefla in combo area. So that's the gimmick here. You need to have one in the battle area and one in the combo area, which is cool. We just went through the Z battle card And I told you, hey, you get a buff when you combo Kefla, and after the attack you can actually mid-attack, this is activate battle, you can pay 1 to, once combat is over, just play this SS2 Kefla. That's really cool. She's a 16k blocker for 1 energy, plus on play draw 1 and KO a battle card in rest mode, which is great. And yeah, it's not bad, but the other one, oh my god. Let's check out the actual boss monster. The boss monster is insane. The boss monster is just crazy. 8 cost, SS2 Kefla Surging Flash, double strike, dual attack 30k, so immediately stats are awesome, though it has no protection. Activate battle for 2 energy, same condition. Kale in play, Kefla in combo area. And then you play her at the end of the damage step. You also draw a card when you do that. And you put the chosen cards under her. And now comes the auto. If your leader is mono yellow and you place 1 card from under this card into your drop, when this card attacks, choose up to 1 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards, ignoring barrier and KO it. Okay, yellow gets to ignore barrier a bit more, that's fine. And during your opponent's next charge phase, that means when they start untapping things, your opponent can only switch up to 4 of their cards to active mode. This includes energy, it includes the leader, it includes battle cards on the field, field cards, Z extras, unisons, whatever. Only 4. That's really insane. Like, that's really insane. You can say, for example, okay, opponent, you get to untap your 4 energies, but now you don't get a leader swing. Or do you want to keep the leader swing, but then you sacrifice 1 energy, so you have only 3 active energies now. It's really, really, really good. And the best part is that this works even if the attack is negated, because it triggers when it attacks. Crazy, crazy boss monster. Now let's check out the Mulligan. So you always want to start with a 1 cost in hand. We're gonna take 1 of the KOs because we need the KO in play. Let's take this one, and it's always a good practice to keep the 6 drop. You don't need to keep the boss monster in your Mulligan in this deck because there are just ways of getting it. So let's say keep the 6 drop so that you can have 1 big swing. Here is the deck list, link is in the description below. The deck is very basic, it's cram as much of the archetype as possible so that you have somewhere to start. Use it as a blueprint, don't use it like as a meta deck basically. So yeah, we're just trying to make this archetype work with as many archetype cards as possible. Now, let's go into turns breakdown. In this part of the video, we will be going over your first 3 turns with this deck. Now that you know the basics, it's time to check out how the deck plays. As always, we will be using the provided deck list. We are assuming that you went first and that you have kept the shown Mulligan. Alright, let's see what this deck can do. Turn 1, the usual setup. So yeah, the standard turn 1, you start, you charge 1, you play either this Kefla or the other one. Let's say you play this one, you draw 1 and then you pass the turn. That's it, that's the usual play. And just don't forget to Z charge before your turn 2. Turn 2, fusion time. Okay, so we start, charge 1, draw 1, then we pay 1 and 1 Z energy that we have charged during our opponent's turn. We play the Z extra. Now it's time to attack. We attack, auto triggers, search top 5 and get a Kefla. Doesn't matter which one, just get a Kefla. And then combo with a non-Kefla card. So don't combo with Kefla, combo with something else that you can Z-charge. Z-charge a card and then pay your last energy and that 1 Z energy to play SS2 Kale. Now it's time to attack. You attack with Kale, the field is gonna give her plus 10k, and it's time to combo. So you will be comboing with Kefla, which will just give Kale double strike. And now, because you have Kale in play and Kefla in combo area, you get to awaken. We are still mid-combat. You're awakening, you draw 1 and restand 1. Then you spend that last energy to use the 6 drops activate battle. It says that you need to have a Kale in play and you need to combo with a Kefla. So you have both now. The attack continues. You are 30k double striker. I wrote this wrong. You're 30. The attack resolves, and then you basically put the 2 cards under the 6 drop. You play the 6 drop. You draw 1, you get plus 10k. Why did you get plus 10k? Because the buff from the field carries on. So this is a 26k card until the end of the turn, and then you get to KO something. You swing for 26k, her auto triggers, you combo with a Kefla, the auto triggers again, the leader's auto, drawing you 1 card, and that's basically your turn 2. What about turns 3 and 4? So the next turns go a little bit like this. You basically do everything the same, except on turn 3, you can probably Z Awaken by now. You're gonna have a lot of Z energy and you will be taking a lot of damage. So there is a realistic chance that you can Z Awaken. And then on turn 4, you just play the boss monster. And that's it, basically, turns 3 and 4. Before we end the video, let's jump into the summary. So Kefla is a weird yellow mid-range combo heavy deck which jumps through a lot of hoops. Like you have seen on turn 2 breakdown, there's a lot of hoops to jump through, but the payoff is usually quite good. A lot of decks have a problem where you need to jump through a billion hoops, and the payoff is just Here it's actually good. It's another BT23 deck where sequencing and proper comboing really matters. This is the thing with BT23 decks. I guess you have to properly sequence and properly combo to get the best payoffs. Much like other similar decks, it will struggle in a floodgate heavy meta because you're just looking to attack as much as humanly possible. You will be struggling in a floodgate heavy meta, unfortunately. However, it's a very, very cheap deck. 99% of the deck is from this set. It's a very cheap and very fun deck to play, so if you have the cards, try it out. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Are you gonna give Kefla a go? Have you already tried this deck? What do you think about it? Is it good? Is it bad? Let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And guys, while you are here, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Share the video. Let's try to get to 4k subs by the 1st of March. We have only 500 left to go. Yeah, I said only. That's actually quite a lot. But it would be awesome if we could get there by the 1st of March. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.